What's up, guys? Powerbang here, and it's time for another attack strategy guide. This time it's going to be focused on the LaLoonian strategy. What that is lava hounds followed by balloons to wipe out the base via the air. There's lots of different names for this strategy: LaLoonian, LavaLoon, LavaLoonian, etc., etc. We're going to go ahead and break down the different variants of that strategy and when they might be useful, bringing them on an enemy war base. So first, let's look at this attack by trigger. As with any other raid, you want to look at your 3-step opener. If you haven't watched it, check the description. It's going to be very important as far as the considerations you need to make pre-raid. Now, you want to look at what can be taken out before the raid even starts. And when I refer to the raid, I'm referring to your air troops, your lava hounds, and your balloons. Now, what can you do with troops before that that can take out the clan castle troops or the queen or any air defenses? Now, you're looking at secondary objectives here to take out in addition to taking out the clan castle and the queen. And I don't mean giant bombs, because we're not worried about hogs this time around. We're worried about air attacks. So we're going to take out an air defense, and that's going to be crucial for your raid success. So looking at this base, what Trigger decides to do is he's going to first create a funnel right up here on these buildings with his wizards. He's got a golem that he's dropped that's going to come into this mortar, and then his barbarian king he's going to send in here as well. Now, to get them into the queen location, which is where he wants to focus, he's going to drop a jump spell right here. And they're going to head straight into, this inner part of the base, and that queen's going to jump over the wall right about here, and she's going to lock on to that golem and barbarian king, and they're going to hop in and kill her. Now, doing it this way accomplishes a couple things. First of all, you're taking care of this queen, knocking her out, taking out an air defense, which is crucial. And then also, as the clan castle troops make their way over, you see he has brought a lightning spell to take care of those troops as they approach, because you do have limited army camp space with the LavaLoonian attack. You're going to need at least 16 balloons, sometimes more. I wouldn't recommend any less than that unless you're an absolute beast with this strategy, have a lot of experience, and are very, very surgical. So 16 balloons at the minimum, sometimes 20 or more, just depending on the base setup. But your goal is to get in, take out an air defense, take out the queen, and then now you have 3 air defenses left. So if we look at this, if we look at this base, and we assume that the defense buildings on the way into that air defense have been taken out, and that air defense is down, and then we're going to work through this base in a counterclockwise fashion. First, he's brought 4 lava hounds. Now, it's your choice. You can bring between 3 and 5 lava hounds, but no less than 3, unless you plan on taking out multiple air defenses. If they're poorly placed, for example, if this air defense here were placed maybe up here by this gold storage instead, and you were able to get in with your kill squad and take out 2, at that point you could start considering 2 lava hounds for the remainder of your raid. But because they have a good spread on them here, and you're only going to get to take out 1, you're going to bring at minimum 3, at the most 5 lava hounds, but normally 3 to 4 is the range that you're going to find yourself in if you're working in a rotational strategy. Now, a rotational strategy at its very highest level means you're going to drop your troops in a rotation around the base. And what you're going to do is, as your lava hounds, because they target the air defenses, if you first send them into this air defense, the next place they go is here, and then here, and then as they path around this base, you're going to send in balloons to the defense buildings behind. That's the general strategy. And as they work their way into the air defenses, you're going to drop rages for them in these locations and help them get into the core. So to go into a little bit more detail, we know that we've taken out the first air defense, and we're going to drop 2 lava hounds on the first air defense that you go into. You want to do this from different angles so that they absorb traps that are located in different places moving into this air defense, and then also so they tank multiple buildings when they're moving into the air defense. Now, every single time you drop lava hounds, you're going to have balloons coming right behind them. So as they move in, you'll notice that this wizard tower, this archer tower, this wizard tower, all of them are going to be focused, as well as this expo back here, they're all going to be focused on those lava hounds. And while they're shooting the lava hounds, you can target balloons to these buildings. 2 per building, unless it's a higher HP building like an Expo. 2 per building will take out pretty much any point defense building that there is. So as you send them in, make sure that your balloons have shielding, which is by those lava hounds that are on the air defense. And as that air defense goes down, you get your rage down, and those balloons get into that air defense, take it out. The next place that those lava hounds are going to go is to the next closest air defense, which happens to be right here. Now, as it paths over to that air defense, you're going to want to bring in a 3rd lava hound for reinforcement, because you're going to lose one of the first 2, maybe even both if there's a lot of incoming fire, and you need reinforcements so that the air defenses don't shoot your balloons once they switch targets. Now, a rage spell will go down somewhere in this location like this, and behind that lava hound, you're going to notice targeted balloons come in, a couple per defense. And then as that last air defense, or the second to last air defense goes down, where are they going to go? They're going to go to the very last air defense here, and you're going to see one final lava hound come in. And behind that lava hound, you're going to see the final back end balloons that are going to take these out. Now, as they're rotating around, this first group of balloons over here that is dropped, you're going to want to make sure that as that air defense is going down, you already have these balloons and this lava hound moving in, so that this archer tower, this wizard tower, this cannon, etc., are all going down. That's going to force these other lava hound, or the other balloons moving from this side, into the core. And that's where you're going to take care of the bulk of your raid. So let's go ahead and take a look at this attack and see how he does it. So from the top of the base, he drops his golem, attracts the attention of the archer tower there, and then drops a couple wizards to create his funnel. Barbarian King and Archer Queen go in, and then you're going to see a jump spell go down. Jump spell goes down, and the golem's going to jump in. That queen is going to fire on his king. He locks onto her, comes and takes her out. So you'll notice the clan castle troops are coming over. 3 balloons, which is a little bit abnormal for a clan castle, but he's focusing on that witch down there. As they come over, you'll notice he drops the lightning, takes them out, and here comes the remainder of his attack as soon as those clan castle troops go down. So now they're down. Here comes the lava hounds. You'll notice those traps coming after him right there. Second lava hound goes in, and he's targeting those balloons to those defenses. All those defenses go down. The first hound breaks, and he's deployed a rage here to help those balloons get into the core. And you see the 3rd lava hound is already coming in as the second one is making its way over. Soaks up a couple traps. He sees that and reinforces it with the 4th one right away. So targeted balloons come in behind, taking out all of these buildings. You'll notice he's got 1 rage left, and as the balloons are pathing from the top to the bottom here, he's trying to destroy these buildings to force them into the core. He's very patient with his balloons, deploys a rage to hurry and speed those balloons up while they still have the assistance of those lava hounds tanking. And notice the right side of the base, the pups that have destroyed from those lava hounds that burst. They're doing the cleanup of this base, so they're already on top of it. Everything is down now with the exception of the wizard tower and the Tesla that can shoot his balloons. He's still got a lava hound that has not bursted. Defense is now down, and he's in cleanup. So all but 1 lava hound explodes. The pups from that are able to help take out the base, and that is going to wrap it up. So you saw how he dropped in his golem. It's called a cold-blooded LavaLoon attack, and that's where you drop your golem, 1 golem only, to get in, take out that queen before starting the raid. So that is going to be one style of LavaLoonian attack. Let's look at another one. This is going to be a attack. It's also going to be a cold-blooded LavaLoon attack, and what I mean by that is 1 golem is going to go in and accomplish a objective, and this one actually isn't a cold blood, so to speak, because they're not going after the queen. It's kind of a hybrid attack, but what I've noticed in this base is that 2 of these air defenses are very vulnerable to an initial golem penetration. So we've decided that we can accomplish a couple of those initial objectives by breaking the wall up here, sending a golem in, and behind it you've got 2 heroes. So you've got your king and queen that get into that compartment. The end goal is to do two things. First, these are the primary objectives. Getting both of those air defenses down and dead are going to be the key to this raid. Now, as a byproduct of this, as the heroes move into this compartment, the clan castle troops are going to empty and go meet them there, and it's their job to take out the clan castle troops using that golem as a tank, and perhaps the Barb King because he's going to be in range. So those air defenses are going to go down. So now that has left us with only 2 air defenses remaining, and both of those are on the bottom of the base. So you'll see that there is a queen, and she's buried kind of deep. We've already used the golem up top, and we don't really want to use another golem to go tank her. We could, I suppose, but I found that it is just as easy to send maybe an extra lava hound on that side and make sure that she's locked onto that lava hound, and basically it keeps her occupied. So what we've decided to do is bring 4 rage spells here. The CC kill was taken care of without a lightning because the heroes and the golems are enough to take that out. And what we're going to do is send our 3 lava hounds that we've brought for this. We're going to send 1 to that air defense, and we're going to send 2 to this side. Those 2, one of them will be basically for tanking that queen and handling all of her additional damage. Now, as those lava hounds move in, you're going to want to have balloons right behind them. And what they're supposed to do is to target each of these defenses 2 at a time. And sorry, I'm drawing my arrows here. Just like that. And so you want a good spread. And then when they move in and destroy that first, group, you're going to want a rage spell to get into those air defenses and take them out quickly. Now you're going to notice there's Teslas on the bottom here. They're going to want to get in, take those out, and then what we've done is we've placed rages like this to keep those balloons moving up through the core. Now this one is not a rotational attack. This is kind of a swarm style attack with targeted balloons. That is the key here. You need to target those balloons and make sure that everything, when you attack, is collapsing on the middle of the base. You want everything collapsing towards the core at the same time. So you want everything kind of moving in a line, and then your rages will help support that as those troops move into the middle here. Everything on the top half of the base will likely be dead because your kill squad has gone in there and taken out everything up in that top area. So let's go ahead and take a look at this attack. This is another single golem entry designed to take out air defenses and take out the clan castle. So let's give it a watch. So the golem goes down. He's banging on the wall here. He avoids the mortar fire and drops the wall breakers after that has gone down. Very patient. Wizards here will create the funnel that will create a path into this base for the heroes. So the king goes in. The queen's going to stray just a little bit. But as soon as the clan castle comes out and we've got those distractions in there, she's going to come back in. Accidental ability used there on the queen that was not intentional, so don't think that that was a strategy. Doesn't really matter though. The king goes down, the golem's still up tanking. The queen is now working on some storages, and she's going. The key to this is just patience because it'll happen fast, as you see. So she takes out both of the air defenses at the top of the base, and now we look at the bottom, and we've got all the hounds coming in now. We've got 2 on the right, 1 on the left, and look at the targeted balloons. Notice how they're completely coming in from all sides, and the rages are helping those balloons quickly get in and take out the air defenses and all of the other high damage, Teslas and stuff down in that core. So the hound helps out on that air defense on the left. The placement of the balloons could have been a little bit better, but as you see, it doesn't necessarily make too huge of an impact. It stayed up a little bit longer. I've got pups destroyed all on the bottom of the base. The queen is helping out here from the top, cleared everything out. We've got, looks like 3-4 balloons left, taking out the last expo, and now all we have is a wizard tower left. Plenty of cleanup. We've got minions that we've chosen to bring to help with the cleanup, and last balloon is going in to take out the wizard tower right now. Even if that wizard tower had taken out that balloon, we still had enough minions to swarm that last wizard tower to take it out. So there's another 3-star for a swarm style attack with targeted balloons. Now we're going to look at another style of LavaLoonian attack here and break it down and see exactly what makes this tick. All right, so looking at this base, if you identify that there are air defenses that are not necessarily on the outside of the base, but they're not all in the core, so you notice the air defenses here, 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 and here. They're all parallel to each other. It's like a parallelogram. Equidistance between all the air defenses. They kind of cover each other. It might be a good idea to send a quad lava hound attack that's sending 4 lava hounds, and you can actually do this without killing the queen, without killing the clan castle, and being smart with your rages and even electing to bring a lightning spell. So in this attack, you're going to see a spam style attack where balloons are deployed in a huge line across one side of the base. Now, because the air defenses are on the same plane, I guess, as the initial attack, they're going to get reached at roughly the same time, take them out quickly, and as they progress to these next ones, the same thing can be true. You see there's that parallel line, and the goal is to spread those balloons out far enough to where they all kind of pick a defense. And what you're trying to do is work through this base in a line. Now, as you move in, you're going to want to rage right before you get to the air defenses on both sides to quickly take those out. The lightning spell will go down on the clan castle troops wherever they happen to be, and then another rage on the backside to help out whatever group of balloons looks like it's going to need it the most to get to an air defense on the backside and take that out. So very, very easy raid, to be honest with you. There's not a lot of preparation or strategy that goes into this. All it is base identification and making sure that the air defenses are set up properly for you to send in everything at the same time in one big line, and then being accurate and timely with your spells, and making sure that the rages that you drop are on top of the queen, so when those hounds bust, the pups actually take her out extremely quickly. So let's give this one a watch. Notice the huge line of balloons here. He's still got a couple in reserve, and the hounds come in from 4 different angles. They're soaking up as many traps as possible as they work into those first air defenses. The rages come down. The balloons work into the defenses here. Clan castle troops are out, and you notice he's chosen to take them out. Uh-oh. There we go. Chosen to take those out. They move through the base very, very quickly, very easily. He's got a ton of cleanup troops behind, and he's got his heroes still that he didn't even need for this raid, but he drops them on the backside to help with the cleanup. So that is a Quattro LavaLoonian raid. Very, very effective, especially on mid-level to low-level Town Hall 9s. As long as you get the right base setup, you're able to bring that spam wall of balloons, basically. Send the hounds by them so it's timed well and they're not taking fire for too long before the balloons arrive. And then, you're able to take out the base. So that's another style right there. Now we're going to take a look at one more attack, and it's going to be a Pentalaloon attack. And Penta, some of you might know, means 5. 5 lava hounds are going to be coming in to take out this next base. Now, very similarly to the last one, all he does here is he sends in 5 hounds at the same time. I'm not even going to draw it up, but there's going to be 3 balloons go in to the base, and the point of this is to get the lure done. So he sends in 3 balloons, gets the lure, and then brings the troops over to the side of the base. And what you do is you drop your queen, you anchor your archer queen, and it gets the troops out. And as they approach, you kill what you can, but you make sure that you use her ability to make her cloak and go invisible before she starts getting blasted by wizards and such. And all the troops are now out here, and then you drop the Barbarian King to help take them out. And then the queen comes back out of her ability, takes out the clan castle, and so very cheaply for the cost of, say, 3 balloons. Don't spend any more than 3 balloons because you're going to need those for, working your way through the base. But you're able to take out that clan castle threat, and then the pups, there's going to be plenty of pups, and then 4 rage spells. So you're able to, kind of rage into the different air defenses and, quickly wreck this base. So let's take a look at this attack. Pentalaloon. Here comes the balloons. They come in. You'll notice the clan castle troops starting to come out. There they come. And here comes his queen. So they're coming out. He's able to pretty cheaply take out all of these archers. Barbarian King goes down. She pops the ability. They don't know what to do. There's all these troops there. They get taken out. Here comes the Lava Hounds in from the top right and the top left. Now he sends in 3 to the queen side. Very important because it's over there for tanking. And he rages in from the top. He targets the balloons to all the defenses, and they work their way kind of collapsing on the core. And then as those air defenses go down, the Lava Hounds move down to the next set of air defenses in the bottom of the base. Rages go down to help the balloons get there in time. They certainly do. The Lava Hounds have exploded, and there's pups all over the base now. And the entire base of air targeting defensive buildings has already been wrecked. So defenses are all completely down. The heroes have even survived, worked their way into the base to help with cleanup. And he's got all of his pups remaining still that are cleaning this base up. So very, very effectively done. That is going to be it for this installment of the LaLoonian strategy. Remember, see what you can take out beforehand with a golem and a kill squad. If you need a jump spell to get in, that's okay. You only really need 2 rages for your balloons and Lava Hounds. If you can, squeak in 3, that's great. But no big deal there. The funneling that you need to do to make sure that your heroes actually go to the objective, that's very important. And then also kind of, weigh out how much tanking power you're going to need to get in and accomplish your goal. I mean, if you're trying to get 2 air defenses down, bringing 2 golems in to try to accomplish that is not a bad thing. So remember to pack a lightning spell if you plan on ignoring the clan castle and you're going to do like a rotational type of attack where you're going counterclockwise or clockwise around the base. Take out that clan castle because that can come out and hurt you. But the LaLoonian strategy is very flexible. It has many different variants. All of them are effective. It's just a matter of executing properly. And then targeting balloons, I think, is probably the most important thing you can do. Practicing your timing and targeting those balloons so that everything kind of collapses on that core as soon as possible is the best thing that you can do for having a successful LaLoonian raid. So that's going to be it for this time, guys. Hopefully this guide's been helpful to you. Best of luck on your attacks, and I will put out an advanced LaLoonian guide here in the near future that's going to focus on some more deep diving initial opener tactics that kind of go beyond this video. But I wanted to get something initial up so you guys can see how it's done and how to take probably one of the most powerful attack strategies in the game, both at Town Hall 9 and Town Hall 10, and apply it to your war raid starting right now. So I appreciate you tuning in. This is Powerbang. I'm signing out, and I'll catch you next time.